What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Chris Tutela, once again, alongside my creepy colleague and co-host,
Ruben. How you guys doing?
And this is episode 21 of TTS Talk. Guys, welcome to the show. This is part B of today's show, since we're doing a two-part episode today. So first and foremost, this is the 21st episode, so guys, thank you for your support, thank you for your questions, thank you for tuning in, it means the world to us, so thank you. Keep them coming, keep the questions coming, let us know what we can do to make the show better for you, so just keep sending that stuff our way, we're always happy to help, alright? So today is another Q&A episode, only this time, my man, Andresito,
I will be asking Chris the questions. All right, we're going to be interviewing Chris and finding a lot about him. All right,
don't talk to me like I'm a third grader.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I got to unlock that for you. I'm not giving you my password.
I don't know your thing.
Yeah, no way.
No.
I use my thumbprint.
All right, Chris.
Let's get right to it. Here we go, Ruben.
We're going to start very simple. What's your favorite exercise?
My favorite exercise to do currently is probably there's so many, but a barbell floor press is one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Just because that doesn't destroy me, I feel good afterwards, I can press without any shoulder pain, and I feel pretty good.
How about lower body exercise? Make it a two-part.
I would say a trap bar deadlift.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty simple, pretty simple, but those are probably my favorites.
I'll take those. What's one food you cannot live without? Let's go a healthy version and the dirty version.
Dirty version is pizza. If I can make it a two-part, two-part dirty version, it's pepperoni pizza with chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream.
Holy shit!
Simultaneously, I kind of like to roll it like a burrito. All right.
That's sickening. The thing is, he's not lying.
No, I never did that, but I always wanted to. But I do like a bite and a scoop. Like
you've come close, and I've
like
actually I've stopped eating just to stare at him and be like, "What is going on?"
There were times where I would eat something so like a cheat meal would be so crazy and ridiculous that I would be worried that I was going to get diabetes.
Yeah, or
like immediately after eating. So they're pizza and chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream for sure. And as far as clean food, what was the question for the rest of my life?
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you can't live without.
Can't live without. I would say, this is super simple, but ground beef and white rice.
Nice. That's all right.
Yes, but the white rice, there's a little bit to it. Jasmine rice, I like a little bit of avocado oil and some pink Himalayan sea salt cracked on there. Oh. So like if I can work that stuff in, it's kind of like a bonus. So we'll take that all in one.
That's the ideal
compounded meal.
That is the ideal meal right there.
Yeah.
All right. Because
with jalapenos, by the way.
Oh, it's too much.
Yeah.
But that works.
Shit.
One thing we asked that, but recently oatmeal is not really your thing anymore because you kind of got a little allergic reaction to it, right?
Yeah, I don't think that was something I couldn't live without.
No, but I'm saying like that's this is possible, so this would suck, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I didn't eat it every day, but I was eating oatmeal every day for the last 16 years. All of a sudden, just one day, my nose started running.
Do you remember when we went out one night and you were trying to stay on your diet while we went out? We got hammered. You came back, you ate my oatmeal.
Nah, when?
I remember that. We had a shore house. I just see you in the corner. I'm like, hey, what are you, Chris? He said, yo, I ate your oatmeal, bro. And he's just crushing it. This is probably at 2:30 a.m. Still trying to stay clean out there.
Yeah, I did that a lot, man. I did that for a good 10 years. We would go out and get drunk, and I would come back, everybody would be eating pizza, and like a lunatic, I'm making like oatmeal with protein powder and bananas.
You really did. That was truly amazing to watch. Like, yeah, you still staying up? Yeah, man, let's do it. All right.
I was lean as fuck on the beach the next day, though, Ruben.
That's what it was for. I was sleeping. You would wake me up.
Go to bed.
Ruben, come on.
I'm trying to get this guy to the beach to play catch. Somebody that I could play football with on the beach. But come on, man, let's go. And no.
I'm like, I'll be there in a second.
And he would wake up at 4:30 in the afternoon.
No.
Real degenerate.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Who is your ideal training partner?
My ideal training partner. Well, I used to like to train with you until you started doing all this butt stuff. That got kind of weird.
He's getting into it now too a little bit. He's getting those bands in.
Yeah, we used to have a good vibe going, and then all of a sudden this guy starts doing glute bridges and squeezing his ass cheeks together for the next Shakira video. Like, I have no idea what's going on.
I see Chris doing it when no one's watching though. I have walked by here and seen him doing it, so he's getting involved.
Never caught me doing that. Not that they're bad. Not that glute bridges are bad.
Of course not.
Ruben just loves them. That's how he does his corn chucking.
Yeah, I need to hit more home runs this year.
So yeah, you're up there. I love training with my cousin John Alvino, but he's out of his mind.
I have not trained him. I know I've reached out to him before.
So it takes me back to that old place where I have to get really nuts. So I have to really be prepared for that. But him for sure. Who else? Jay Bird, my man Jay Bird. We used to train together for quite a while too. So yeah, I think those are probably top 3. Who am I missing? Tom Cruder, man. Back when Tom would get after it.
Diamond Jim.
We would get after it together, and those were good old days. So yeah, those are the group of people. I know it's more than
a lot. Yeah.
Sorry.
Easy way out.
Apologize.
But John Alvino, I do want to train one day. I've always heard about this epic training session with you, and so I'm gonna try to get that going.
Yeah, we ain't doing glute bridges.
Maybe we'll do upper body day or something. All right, skip out the leg. All right, this is a great question. One person, dead or alive, you'd want to have a beer with. Who would it be?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You know what? Now that I realize this, when you asked me this, I didn't realize alive.
Oh, you're thinking all the
I was just thinking dead, so that's why Jesus Christ came to mind.
So you could drink with Jesus. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot in common.
I think the first thing you would do would be like, all right, put that down.
Here, babe, you did what? These are your sins? Here we go, right back to the afterlife. All right, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That would be awesome. Yeah.
And what
just drinking a beer with Stone Cold Steve Austin, just asking him about the days.
I was going to say, what do you think the combo would be like?
Yeah. I would want to talk to him about the road. He would never remember the conversation we're having, so I wouldn't care. I would just like to get all the information I could.
You will. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He won't remember. I know. I would too. I'd be like, dude, just everything you said.
I would want to know about the days, coming up in the Attitude Era, and then being like, the most amazing, fascinating thing to me about that era in pro wrestling, for all you wrestling fans out there, is that there were so many superstars, megastars, all there at once. Like these guys were top tier guys. You had Triple H, you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, you had Mick Foley, you had The Undertaker. You had so many, and then even the lower level guys were so awesome to watch. So it's just, that was just a great time, and I would want to know about that. And Stone Cold's probably just one of the coolest guys on the planet.
I think from a business standpoint, too, he revolutionized, he was that guy. He
changed
kind of cool to see and where his head was at there.
Yeah.
And he did it late in his career. That's what's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a good lead, a good segue to this. So what is your favorite song to train to?
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Favorite song to train to.
All right, how about this? I'll break it down to this. When it's time to hit some big lifts and you're looking to get the intensity up a little, what's this go-to
song? No Apologies by Eminem.
No Apologies by Eminem.
Yeah.
Got
that one's one of my favorites for sure. But then it depends, like that would be like my go-to to answer your question, but there's others depending on the mood that I'm in.
Yeah, because now this is the mood, you know what, you just want to get your work in, you're dialing in on technique and form, you don't want to get too intense. What's the song you play?
Technique and form, if we're doing that type of shit, just something like, just a little rock and roll, like maybe a little Pearl Jam, maybe a little Chris Cornell, like something like that. But if it's a pump day, if it's a day where I'm not really training to train, I'm just training to catch a pump because I'm going to the beach that day.
Oh, house music?
We got to go.
Yeah.
And it's old school, like early 2000s.
Benny Benassi?
No, Louis DeVito.
Oh,
Louis DeVito.
Excellent.
We got to go to the old school Louis DeVito.
That is a good go-to.
I think it was volume 3 or volume 4. It was 2004. Good fucking album. Man.
Well done. All right. Good question here. I know most people know his routine now, but do you have a morning routine?
Yes, I do. So wake up, I hit the bathroom, of course, come out, I make my bed first and foremost. Then I will meditate for about 10 minutes, okay? After 10 minutes of meditation, I'm going to read my goals, and then I always read just one line from a Bruce Lee book that I have. It's either Striking Thoughts or I have this little tiny one called Wisdom for the Way, and I'll just read one quote out of that every morning. Kind of just puts me in the headspace.
Nice.
From there, I will get up and get moving. So I will hit a maybe 15-20 minute walk every day if it's pouring or if I really don't want to go outside. I usually do go outside when it's cold, but Sometimes I don't because I'm just being a little bitch. So I will just.
Well, unless there's like a monsoon.
Yeah, if it's raining or something. So then I'll just do like a little bit of light mobility stuff. But I want to get the heart rate up a little bit for 10 minutes or so. Even like some of the few yoga poses that I do know and do incorrectly. I'll do that a little bit. It might even be a little bit of shadow boxing to kind of wake me up. But after that, and so usually while I'm doing that, I'm listening to a podcast. So every day I'm listening to training, I'm listening to some motivational stuff, nutrition stuff. So my top 3 go-to podcasts: Renegade Radio with Jay Ferrugia, listen to that every day. The Industrial Strength Show with Joe DeFranco. And then if I'm looking for something a little bit more casual, it'll be Joe Rogan. But I also will tune in once in a while to Lewis Howes, to Aubrey Marcus, so a bunch of stuff like that. So that's always a must-have. I come back, I eat my breakfast, and then I will read. It's non-negotiable. I will read for at least 20 minutes every morning. So after my reading is done, then I work. So whatever my deep work is for the day, part of that deep work is going to be working on myself. So journaling and writing a list of things that I'm grateful for. So 3 things, 3 people every morning. And then I get into working on the business. So whatever work that needs to be done here, whatever big projects we have going on, if it's, right now I'm getting the podcast started or coming up with topics for this show or just business planning, whatever it is. But that's like the deep stuff that's going to take this business, take TTS, and take it to the next level. That's what I work on. After that, I'm either in jiu-jitsu or I'm training, or if it's a recovery session, sauna, cryotherapy.
Altogether.
Now I'm ready to take on the day.
It's a hell of a routine.
It is.
What do you do when you go in the bathroom? You said that's the first thing you do.
I usually pee, brush my teeth, wash my face. I don't usually poo until after my coffee, if that's what you're asking.
All right. I was curious.
No.
All right, well done. Now that'll lead to, what is your evening routine like, and do you have one?
Yes, I do have an evening routine, and it's pretty simple. So I'm done with social media. Usually I try to cut it off at least an hour before I get to bed. There's sometimes I break that rule if there's something that I'm doing, if I forget to put a post up or something for the day, but I like to cut off my phone for at least an hour prior to bed. I will...
And there are a lot of reasons for that, right? I know for
better sleep habits.
But also when you're looking at a
screen,
right? I know you mentioned
you fuck your hormones up and it keeps you awake and shit. So I like to get off of that. But I will watch a little bit of TV, but not much, man. Like I would rather read. So it's either part of my routine is either watching TV, which I don't do much of anymore. I really don't, and that's just because I think my ADD kind of I have so much to do for the business that I get too distracted.
Yeah.
But once in a while, I like to watch a good movie or a comedy special. A comedy special could keep me going. So I might do that. As part of my evening routine, I like to laugh a little bit. But then the biggest thing that I do is plan out my next day. Part of what allows me to have such a rigid and strict schedule is that I plan out the day ahead of time. So every night before I go to bed, I write out the routine. I do like to read for at least a few minutes, and that is it. I get to bed, make the room pitch dark, and get to sleep.
It's a heck of an evening routine as well.
Yeah.
Well done. And same for guys that are watching TV. So like when I watch TV, it'll be something related to sports. I'm a big Mets fan, so watch a little Met baseball. It kind of keeps me calm and soothes me a little bit.
Yeah.
Championship calling out 2019 World Series champions. You heard it here.
Yeah, it's important to decompress and kind of just get your mind off of the serious shit. So that's why comedy specials are like the one thing that I know it's only an hour. I can watch it for an hour and I'm done. Like that's my attention span these days, and I like to laugh. So.
Yeah, you're right. Like for me, it's like baseball. Just watching nice and calm, good times, unless they blow a ninth inning lead. So,
which is usually the case.
Favorite movie? Well, speaking of comedy specials, things like that, what's one of your favorite movies?
Fuck, there's so many movies.
There is so many, so I think you're right. This works. Ready? Gun to your head. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's over. Hold on, man. Get the gun out.
Let's see. Favorite movie of all time. The Rockies are always going to be up there, right? So it's very easy for me to say Rocky 3 or Rocky 4. So I have to say something different. So my favorite movie, something that I could go back to, and watch, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but True Lies.
True Lies?
With Arnold.
Get out of here. That movie is 3 hours and a half long.
No, it's not.
Is it?
No, I don't think so.
And it was the one lady, Jamie Lee Curtis. She gets like naked in it or something.
Yeah. This is a great movie, man. I don't know why.
You're making me want to see it again.
It's a great movie, man. There's such ridiculous fucking lines in that movie. Arnold is just like jumping. I think he's on a horse, like jumping over buildings and shit like that.
True Lies, guys. True Lies. I have to see that again.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's really my favorite, but that's just the first thing that popped in my head.
Well, that's a great segue to this. Would you rather sit on a cake and eat it, or sit on the and eat a cake?
Did you come up with this question?
No. Go.
It's only a sick mind.
I've been thinking about this for a while.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Ruben. I would rather sit on and eat a cake. Because if I'm sitting on a cake, the cake goes to waste, and all I'm doing is eating. I don't want any part of that.
You're going to sit and eat the Wait, what?
No, man. I'm going to sit on the and eat the cake.
Oh, okay.
Because at least one of those things would be enjoyable.
Yes, because the other thing, you're sitting on the
reverse
cake,
I'm wasting the cake, I'm getting dirty. It's just terrible. It's like a worst case scenario.
That's
at least the bright side of sitting and eating cake.
That's,
I mean,
when you kind of think about it, if you only can answer one of those, that is the obvious answer. You have to just answer that.
Right. Who's
Brian Jeremy's.
It's a big one.
That can change the game.
Yeah. All right. You're not going to be hungry.
Here's what we got. Your favorite book?
I have a few.
Yep.
But if I had to pick one, I'd say How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, by Dale Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie.
Yeah, amazing book. Everybody should read that book for sure. But that's one of my favorites.
What do you do to train when you don't feel like training?
I train.
That's simple.
Simple. I show up.
Just get it done.
Just tell myself I got to get here and move. I got to get here and move. And I show up and I just start doing a little bit of a warm-up routine. And then if I take it a little bit lighter that day, if I really feel like shit, I will. But if once, usually for the most part, when I get there and I start moving around a little bit, break a little sweat, heart rate's up, usually I'll feel good enough to get after it.
So basically show up.
Just show up, yeah.
What's something that inspires you?
Something that inspires me is when I see other people trying to better themselves. And whatever that is, wherever they're at in their life, if I see people trying to make themselves better so they could have a better lasting impression on other people, that inspires me.
That's a good segue to this. What's one message you'd like to leave behind to the world after you're gone?
One thing that I would like to leave, one message that I would like to leave to the world after I'm gone is live your life. Live your truth. Be true to yourself. Be true to who you are and your values. You know, it's very easy to be influenced by family. It's very you could easily be influenced by your religious values or, you know, whatever that is. And there's times that or fear, right? And there's times that we do not live to our truest and fullest potential because we're worried about what other people will think. We're afraid, and because of that, we hold ourselves back. It could be people staying in a job that they hate for too long. There's a lot that I see that people hold themselves back in many different ways. So my message would be live your life, be true to yourself, and do the work, do what you know is true for yourself.
Yeah. Just to touch up on that, I read an article one time with nurses dealing with patients that were on their deathbed, and that was the number one thing they heard all the time. They wish they never cared what other people thought. They just did what they wanted to do.
Yeah. So guys, I think we got to wrap this up. We got a couple of these guys coming in now. We got to wrap this episode up. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope this episode helps you in any way possible. If you have any questions for me, shoot me a DM at Chris_Tutela. Rube, where can these guys find you?
Guys, you can find me at _Ruben_Borges.
Eating cake and stuff.
not a good way to end the show. But ask me any questions about trading, health, fitness, baseball, you name it. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Ruben's hungry for some cake.
I am hungry.
We will
Ground beef
catch
and
you
rice.
next week on another episode of
TTS Talk.
Catch you guys next week.
All right, we got to open the door.
Bang!
Rapper, how would you be like, yo, you come in here, watching now. This is how shit get done. That's pretty good.
No, I would be more kind of reserved.
You'd be a calm rapper?
Yeah, calm rapper, like a Dr. Dre.
I feel like I feel like you'd be like the guy in Informer.
Informer.
You know, you want to listen to but from hey, like your boom boom there.
What is
I
that?
hear that? It was like he was before Eminem. He had like a one-hit wonder.
What?
Yep, watch it. Informer. You know, you just want to shoot but hey, I like your boom boom there. Wow, that's exactly how it sounds.
I don't know, man. No wonder he's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.